Welcome back everyone to another South Bay Rebel video. Today we're going to be looking at Star Wars The Black Series. They've been coming out with so many great figures lately, going up for pre-order and also hitting shelves that I'm a little behind, but I'm super excited to finally get caught up and do a review on the Phase 2 Clone Trooper and Battle Droid 2-pack. And I enjoyed this so much. I really wanted to army build with it, so I went out and I bought not just one, but two, and I'm pretty happy that I did so. Right away, you might notice that the packaging is different than we're used to. It seems to be plastic free, there's no bubble on the front, and it's all cardboard. Decent design as far as the artwork goes, and this box actually opens from the bottom and folds up, exposing the whole front, and they just come right out of the front of it. So a little unique there. We all knew new packaging was on its way, but this is different from that even still. Got both the figures out of the box now, and we're going to get a closer look, starting off with the Battle Droid. And this is your typical Battle Droid. I've had a couple others, but this is my first just standard one in the tan paint scheme, and it looks pretty good. I've wanted just an OG Battle Droid for a long time now, so I'm glad I got my hands on a couple. All of the other ones I got in my collection are like gaming greats and ones of that nature. So nice to have just the standard Battle Droid, especially for army building. It does come with the standard Battle Droid issues though, which means it's pretty hard to pose and a bit top heavy. Those legs are pretty scrawny and the joints are just not very permitting of a lot of options. Especially when you throw that backpack on, he gets a bit top heavy and tends to tip over. I tried my best to get him into some nice poses here, but again, some of them just look a bit awkward. He looks a bit better down the line, and you'll see in this video later that the best way to use these battle droids is as fodder for your clone trooper, which came in the pack. As we look at it up close now, you can see the detail or lack thereof, because this is void of any weathering and it's just lacking in paint. It looks a little too fresh, a little too crisp and clean for my liking, but it makes it ripe for customization, which is something that I do on the side as well. So if you're into that, then it's perfect for you. The elbow does bend past 90 degrees, which is nice, and very good articulation on the wrist, but that doesn't really do much. As far as the shoulders are concerned, you're pretty limited, and again, the biggest issues with this are not with the arms, elbows, and wrist joints. It's with the legs and hips and how it poses and is able to stand, which is generally not very well. You see that ankle joint there is loose. The other one was also very stiff, so that made it a bit difficult to get him into poses. I do like how the blaster can be stowed on the back, and then you see the antenna alternative option if you don't want to throw that backpack on him. I tried to ball him up into that like sleep mode position that you see them in sometimes, but I just had a hard time doing it. The neck does extend out, and I have a feeling that that is to aid in this form of posing somehow, but I'm not sure I'm doing this correctly. So if anyone does know how to actually get them into that position, let me know down in the comments. Throw a link to another video in there, I'd love to know. Moving on to the Phase 2 Clone Trooper now, which is really the star of this 2-pack. I could not be happier with this figure. I don't know if this was already done in a single release. I know there is a single release, but I'm not sure if it's exactly the same, but this figure is amazing. A bit plain as well, no weathering on this, and not much paint to speak of as far as that goes, but I just cannot be happier with this figure. Posability is amazing. You can get this thing into a ton of nice positions, have it looking great on a shelf here, and it just never stops being an amazing figure. You can do so much with it. It's so versatile, and because the weathering is non-existent on this and it's so crisp and clean, you can really do a lot more with this one as well as far as customization goes. And here's a little bit of what I was talking about in terms of how that Battle Droid figure almost ends up being an accessory for your clone trooper in this 2-pack, which is unfortunate. I'd like to say I was disappointed, but I kind of knew that this was coming. I've got those other battle droids and they kind of suffer from the same issues, and they have all along with that figure. So I'm not necessarily disappointed. I think this is a great 2-pack still, despite that battle droid being a little lacking in its posability. But as you can see, the Clone Trooper not lacking at all in posability. You can just do so many cool things with this figure and with this set of 2. So they really complement each other, and I'm happy to have them both. Whether it's the helmet off look or the helmet on look, I think the Clone Trooper does well in either direction that you prefer. The helmet on look does still suffer from that chin exposed issue, but all in all, still pretty solid. And as far as the paint apps go, the finish on the Clone Trooper is this matte finish, which I really enjoyed. It's nice and soft to the touch almost, which is oddly satisfying, but it doesn't have too much shine to it. So I don't know if that's a new choice. Again, I don't have the single release of this that came out not too long ago, but I do really like that matte finish on the figure. And here it is up close. You can kind of see there's no shine there. And that transfers over to the helmet off look. The face sculpt doesn't have that issue of being very shiny like a lot of others do. So again, just couldn't be happier with this 2-pack. I think it's great for army building. And if you can, head over to Shop Disney. This is not a plug for them. I'm not a sponsor. They don't sponsor me. But you can get it for a little less than everywhere else on shopdisney.com. So if you're in the market for some of these, they still have some. So head over and grab one while you still can. I actually ended up getting 2 more after I saw that price point at shopdisney.com. So I've got 4 of these in total, 4 of these sets, and I'm really excited to army build and maybe even customize 1 or 2 of these figures with a little bit of airbrushing and paint. So let me know what you guys think. I couldn't be happier with this set. As much as the battle droid is a little lacking, the Clone Trooper more than makes up that difference. So I definitely think this is worth the money. And if you get it from Shop Disney, you're gonna pay $40 for it rather than $45 everywhere else. I'd really like to know what you all thought of this set. Did you pick it up? Did you pass? Do you love it, hate it? Is it 50-50 because of that battle droid? Let me know down in the comments. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe so you don't miss out on any future content. And until the next time, I will catch you on the flip side.